So I applied for admission to Ohio University on January 6, 2016 and got admission and full funding on January 26, 2016. That was after just 20 days. Meanwhile, the deadline for admission and funding was on February 15, 2016. I actually have a friend who applied to the school long before I did, but I got admission and funding long before he did. My GPA played a big role in this, but obviously my resume also had a role to play. In this video, I'll build with you the exact resume that helped me get admission and full funding in 20 days. This is based on the Harvard University resume template. I actually started helping students with admission and funding to schools in the US in 2016, which was just after 3 months in the US, and I used this same resume template for their resumes. Now, before getting into the video, I have a favor to ask from you. According to YouTube, 72% of those who watch my videos haven't subscribed to the channel yet. If you are one of them, kindly consider subscribing to the channel, and also don't forget to hit the like button as well. If you have any question or any comments, please leave it in the comment section. Note that if the school you want to apply to requires a resume, which is usually the case, make sure you submit a one-page resume. If the school, on the other hand, requires a CV, then that can be several pages, including sections about your research papers and conferences you have attended and presented at. Alright, so the first thing is to set the layout. So let's go to layout and then margins, and then let's go with probably narrow. Okay, so from here we can start with our name. So let's say my name is Shaibu, and then my address. Okay, then I put a star here, and then I put my email, then I can put another star, and then my phone number. So the next thing is to have an objective, why you want to study the program. My objective at the time was so this was my objective. Then the next thing is, hi guys, welcome to this live. If you just joined, please let me know where you are watching this from, and if you can give it a like, I will really appreciate that. So as usual, I have 3 people that I'll be interviewing today, and if you have any question, any comments, whatever it is, just leave it in the chat and I'll do my best to respond to them. All right, so I have 4 people that I'm going to interview. Kayode, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you don't have to turn on your camera. If you want, you can just turn it off, okay? If you don't want to show your face, because a lot of people don't like people to know, about their plans and all of that. So it's fine if you don't want to show your face. But if you're okay showing your face, that's also fine. Edith, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, and Abdul, can you hear me? Abdul, are you there? Okay. So I'll just go with the original plan, which is Kayode. Uh, so Edith, I'll interview you second. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, give me a second. Let me. But I did this, but I. All right, Kayode.
Yes,
Kayode,
sir.
tell me about your program.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Tell me about your
Yeah,
program.
my program is manufacturing engineering at Michigan Technological University.
Okay, why do you want to study this program?
Yeah, I've developed passion for this program since doing my undergraduate research, where I work on a related program that is related to where I work on a related program to manufacturing engineering.
How did you hear about the school?
Yeah, I heard about the school during my undergraduate thesis. I found some professors who have also worked on a project that is related to my own. I started their work during my thesis, and since then I've been looking forward to how to collaborate with them and work under their supervision.
When did you finish your bachelor's degree?
Last year,
And what have you been doing since?
we have been doing the compulsory program organized by my country to work as a
Who is
corp,
sponsoring
corp
your
member.
studies?
Where my father will be sponsored studies. He's been sponsored. He's the one who sponsored my private university here in Nigeria. He has also
Can
sponsored my
you
brother who is
hold on, hold on? Your line is breaking. I want to hear you clearly. So can you take that again?
okay. My father will be sponsoring me. He has always been the one sponsoring me. He sponsored me throughout my private university here in Nigeria, and he has also sponsored my brother, who recently graduated at Cardiff Metropolitan University, United Kingdom.
Okay. And what are your plans after your studies?
I plan to come back to work in my father's company, where we'll be enlarging the company and also working in collaboration with some biogas company to create a manufacturing tank that will be able to convert biogas into, and it will be usable at home.
That's all. Do you know anyone in the US?
No, I don't know anyone in the US.
Alright. That's all I have for you. Let me tell you what I think about answers. When you are asked, I asked you to tell me about a program. Yes, you
Okay.
can start by telling me the program, the name of the program, but I wanted you to tell me a little bit more about the program. What is the program about? So, like, what are you, how many credit hours, how many years are you going to spend in the program and stuff like that? And if I don't cut in, then I expect you to tell me why you want to study the program so that I don't have to ask you. But your answer was very short. That's not how it works. You have to you have to give as much details as possible until you are interrupted. So that's not how we answer visa interview questions. I will encourage you to check the videos that I've posted on my YouTube channel because they will really be helpful to you. When I ask
Okay.
you, um, like when I ask you, back to the same question, I expected you to tell me an area of specialization because you are coming to do a master's degree. So at least you should have an area that, something of interest to you that you wanna, spend more time on. I didn't hear that. When
Okay.
I asked you why do you want to study the program, you said it is related to what you did during your bachelor's degree. That's not that was all you said. It was I think a one sentence or so. That's not how it works. You have to give a good motivation. Yes, you have a bachelor's degree in that can start your answer, but what are you going to learn? How is that? How are those things you are going to learn relate to your future? How are they going to help you in future? I didn't hear any of these things. It's always supposed to be three parts: your background, what you are going to learn, and how those things relate to your future. When I asked you how did you hear about the program, you said because the school has professors who have work which are related to what you did. What did you do? I don't know what you did. I don't know what that means. You said they are related to what you did, but I don't know exactly what those things are. I asked you who is sponsoring your studies. You said your father, and you said your father has always been sponsoring you. Nobody needs to know. Nobody is interested in whether your father has always been sponsoring you or not because that is how it works. Your father will always be sponsoring you, right? So that information is not important. There were a lot of important information that you didn't talk about. You mentioned your father has sponsored your brother to study in the UK, I think at Cardiff or so. That's not
Yeah.
that's not the question. The question is about who is sponsoring you. So when you mention your father, then you try to give an explanation to what he does and how much he makes. If he has a company, what's the name of the company? How much does the company make? How many employers does he have? All these things to show that you know about your father's finances, and to make your case that your father can sponsor your studies. Whether he sponsored your brother is not important. So stick to the question and be clear about what your father does, and the goal is to show that your father can sponsor your studies and you know about his finances and all of that. You don't have any scholarship, so you cannot be giving answers like that. You have to be very careful with the way you answer questions. When I asked you what are your plans after your studies, you said you work at your father's company. You didn't tell me what exactly the role you are coming to occupy. If there is a challenge, if there is a problem, if there is something you are coming to solve or something, or maybe there are many not many people have the kind of skills you are coming to acquire. Maybe you are interested in manufacturing a product for the market which is not available in the market. There are better ways you can answer this question. So all the answers are not good enough, right? So, and especially the fact that you don't have any scholarship, like that doesn't help at all. So please work on that, okay?
Okay,
Do you have any
okay.
question?
Yeah, I don't really, but every details you mentioned there, I was just trying to make it short. I'm asking if we can go again. Maybe you will find my answers bits.
Well,
Maybe.
there are people who are on the line who also need to be interviewed, and I don't have a lot of time. So if you are sure about what you said, maybe I didn't hear what you said very well, right? So if you are
Maybe.
sure about what you said and you are convinced about your answers, then then that's fine, okay? Then you can go with that, okay? uh, I,
I
wi-
was okay.
I wish.
Thank you. I was trying to cut off the details, but now I'll be adding the details now. Thank you.
All right, I wish you the best, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. I really
All right.
appreciate it.
All right. Edith, are you there?
Yes, please.
Okay. um so Edith, where are you going? Hello, Edith, are you there?
Then,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm going to the US to pursue a fully funded master's degree in French and Francophone studies at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky, where I'll be working with Dr. Julie Human on language pedagogy, the teaching of French as a second language in an Anglophone context.
Why
This
do you want to
program
study
will
this
help me.
program?
I've been recommended for a teaching position as a French lecturer in my department at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And the minimum requirement is to have a master's degree. I only have a bachelor's degree in French. And this program will help me gain an in-depth knowledge in the diverse French literary, social, philosophical, and linguistic studies, and also a practical knowledge in teaching French as a second language. It will
Hello?
be able to return back to Ghana.
Hello? Edith, are you there?
Yes, please.
Okay. There were some few things I didn't hear, but I think I heard enough, so that's fine. What is your current job?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah, Edith, can you hear me? Hello, Edith, are you there? Hello, Edith.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so my question was, what is your current job?
I'm currently a French teacher at Betlenta Academy. I teach French grammar, vocabularies, and conjugation, and I help my students develop their basic French written and communication skills. I also assess my students on these courses. And voluntarily, I also help my lecturers at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to mark exam scripts.
Okay. And how many schools do you apply to?
I applied to only one school, the University of Kentucky, and I received a fully funded scholarship, so I didn't apply to any other school.
Okay. And what are your plans after your studies?
After my studies, I'll be returning back to Ghana to take up my position as a French lecturer at the Department of Languages and Communication Science at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where I'll be teaching French literature and linguistics, and I'll help contribute to the promotion of French literacy in my university and Ghana at large. On the long term, I also plan to open up language schools in Ghana where it will be affordable and accessible to students who are interested to learn French to help contribute to promotion of French literacy in Ghana.
So how did you get a scholarship?
Requirement for a full funded scholarship is based on a lot of sorry 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 as requirement for a fully funded scholarship, I sent a 3-minute audio recording of myself reading a French news article, my CV, writing samples, statement of purpose, recommendation letters from my lecturers, and I finished my application on the 29th of February 2024. And on 10th of March, I received an admission offer with a fully funded scholarship.
Okay, that's good. Do you know anyone in the US?
No, please. I didn't know anyone in the US.
I think I see that you are going the second time, right?
Yes, please.
So what has changed?
Okay. During my first interview, I did not apply for my home country. I was in France for a 7-month teaching program and I applied from there, but I was so tensed that I couldn't answer what I was doing in France and why I was applying from France. And my program has ended and I'm now applying for my home country. And I'm now prepared and confident now for second.
Okay. Did you have a scholarship in your first interview? Like, did it, were you was the first program fully funded? Hello,
Hello, sir.
Edith. Yeah, can you hear me
Yes, sir.
now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So my question was the first program that you used to go for the visa interview, was it fully funded like this one?
Yes, please. Yes, please. It's the same school.
Okay, everything is the same, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't see how you'll be denied because I feel like, yeah, everything looks good to me. Like, you can express yourself very well. You want to be a French teacher. Like, I mean, I think yeah, it should be straightforward for you. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
yeah, I mean, I don't really see how you'll be denied. Like, I don't see. I think everything is on point. Okay. So I wish you the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just that, when I ask you about your how did you get a scholarship, it's something you have to be able to say it very well. And you know
Yes, yes.
I don't know whether the question surprised you or not, but okay, let me ask you, did you apply to other countries?
No, please. After getting this, because my acceptance was early and was a fully funded scholarship,
Hmm.
I did not apply to any other school. Yeah.
Okay, and when was your first interview? Like which
It
day?
was in Paris.
Like
It
which
was
day?
on
Whoa.
the 7th of May.
Oh, okay, this May. That's strange. You had full scholarship, and okay, I guess because it
Yes,
was in
please.
France, it was more like your ties. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Can I tell you her can I say her remarks?
Yeah.
She told me I've been there for only 7 months, so she can't approve it.
Okay. Yeah, but I think right now
Yeah.
everything looks good. So when you go, just be yourself, and
Okay, sir.
I think it should be straightforward for you. Okay, I wish you the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
all right, no
Thank you for the
problem.
opportunity also.
Yeah, no problem. All
Thank
right,
you.
take care. Bye.
Bye.
Um, the last person. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Abdul, Abdul, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening. Um,
Yeah,
how are
thank
you
you for
doing?
having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. So, what are you going to study?
I'm going for a 2-year master's program in computer science, and I'll be concentrating on cybersecurity at Hofstra University, Hempstead, New York, where I'll be
How,
taking courses
how
on.
do you hear about the school?
I heard about this school through a broadcast journal from Professor Krishna Pilapkamnath, whose research interest lies on machine learning and algorithm that preserve individuals' privacy. So I deep into his journal, and I see that it actually relates, align with what I am interested in. So I got to know about Hofstra University through the professor's biodata.
Okay. What is your current job?
I currently work as a senior engineer at PIM, Progress in Motion Limited, in their IT department.
And how many schools do you apply to?
I applied to 2 schools, this Hofstra University and Webminster's College. So they both gave me an admission, but I prefer um, Hofstra University because it is a university and they have other professors that are perfect and have gone and that have done a lot of research on the program.
So the professors are perfect.
Yeah, and what I meant is that the professors that are efficient, for instance, Professor Pilap Kamnat and one other professor, Professor Franklin, they specialize on data science and this machine learning of a thing. So machine learning has been something that has been keeping me intrigued while doing with my coding stuff. So
Who is
this is
sponsoring your
one of the
studies?
things that I have secured an educational loan from Empower that cover the full cost of my study at Hofstra University.
Okay. What are your plans after your studies?
And my plan after the study is to come back to my home country, and I've been nominated for a leading role, a leadership role in my company where I currently work as a senior software engineer. So
You say you've been
I'll be
nominated
coming
as
back.
what? Nominated as what?
I've been nominated to take up a leadership role as a director in the IT department in my company.
Okay. So in that case, why is the company not sponsoring your studies?
Um, my company right now does not have um, the ability to fully sponsor my studies because of its policy, but they are willing to place me on a study leave with pay upon the approval of my visa.
All right. Okay. Um. Okay. Did you apply to other countries?
No, I do not apply to other country because I believe that the United States, um, the United States teaching base is practical base. So and their science research is top notch. So for this reason, I and one more thing is that the value of the degree and in the United States of America is more valuable.
Okay. What area of computer science are you going to specialize in?
I'm going to specialize in cybersecurity.
What is cybersecurity?
Cybersecurity is deals with the protection of cyber crimes and combating and protecting data information and infrastructure, digital infrastructure. And on. Ah, I shall deny it for that question.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but if you can be honest with yourself, you can actually tell that you are not ready for the interview, right? Because
Yeah, the thing is that I wasn't really on set. I just got back from work. So I joined the interview while I was coming from work. That was why, in the first instance, when you try to check if I'm online, I couldn't respond because someone was calling me from the office. So I just got inside and I don't want to be absent. So that was why I haven't really stuck myself down, like really, really ready for this interview. I just had to take it up. That was why.
okay, well, yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're under stress and all that, it can affect how you perform. So, well, all right. Yeah, so when you are asked about cybersecurity, given the fact that that's what you want to study, you cannot struggle with the answer. Nah, you should know what cybersecurity is about. You cannot say data and then say information because they are just the same thing. So you don't say data, information, and infrastructure. All these things you have to find a definition of cybersecurity. I think it's about protecting computers, and systems and data from cyber attacks and stuff like that, like digital attacks or something like that. So, but you should know authoritatively if you're asked to describe what cybersecurity is and all of that. You cannot be struggling. Some of the answers you were struggling with it, and you cannot be doing that. When I asked you how do you about the program, you said you came across a professor's bio data, and so that influenced your decision, and that's not a good answer. You came across a professor's bio data. You don't mention the fact that you did research on the school and the program. It's always about the program and the school. It has nothing. You don't go to a school because of sometimes if a professor is publishing papers which relate to, let's say, where you are coming from or a particular research area, yeah, that can make sense. But in your case, even when you said his work is related to what you are interested in, you don't mention, you didn't tell me exactly what you are interested in for me to know, okay, this is what you are interested in. And always I tell students that yes, you came across something and that was interesting to you and you wanted to explore more. But did you do research into the program to make sure the program aligns with what you want to do in future? That is something important you have to do. You always have to make sure you do your research on a school. You don't just see the name of a school somewhere and then just go ahead and apply to the school. That's not how it works. And even in your case, you don't have any scholarship at all. You are using a loan, and I am thinking that if you had taken your time to do a good research on the right schools, I've actually made a video on the right schools that students should apply to based on knowing people. Like I've suggested some schools and all of that for graduate studies, but that video is not out yet. But yeah, but I always think if students take their time and do a research into the right schools and submit a good application, when I say a good application, a good resume, a good personal statement, and all of that. If you have to send an email, you send a good email to a professor to make inquiries. And I have all of these things on my channel. If you do that, you are likely going to get a good scholarship to come to the US, because when you are going with a loan, even if you go for the interview with a loan and you are approved, I just don't like it when I see students using a loan to come to the US. Some of you have no idea what you are doing with your lives when you are taking up all those loans. Empower is a company that will encourage you to come for the loan, because at the end of the day, you're going to pay interest, and the interest will benefit them. They are a company. They are built. They thrive on the interest that you pay to them and all of that. but in the long run, you have no idea what you are doing. It's so difficult to pay off interest. It's not I will never tell any students to use a loan to come to the US. And to be clear with you, I have been in the US for 8 years. And if I were in your shoes and I was given a loan, like I have the option to use a loan, I would rather wait 1 year. But the problem also is that students don't like to wait. Everybody, as human beings, we don't want to wait. We always want things to be done quickly. We want to rush things because we feel like there is no time. But most of the time, if you can wait a little bit, you can save yourself from a lot of mess. So yeah, but I mean, you can still use a loan to get approved. The only issue with your loan also is the fact that you don't tell me about how you are going to pay the loan, the interest. You don't tell me about how much interest, the percentage of interest you have. The loan the loan company is charging you. You don't tell me about the principal. You don't tell me about the job you are going to do after your program, which will help you. Like, you should be aware of the average salary, that is earned by people in the job that you want to occupy or hold after your program, so that at least you have a fair idea of how much you are going to earn, like expected amount, and then know how much you are going to use to pay off the principal over a period of years, so that okay, in 10 years, if I dedicate 20% of my salary to the payment of the principal, I'll be able to pay it off by the end of the program. Also, the interest, the interest is paid while you are in school. You have to pay off all the interest. Later on, when I ask you about your plans after your studies, you mentioned the fact that you didn't even mention it until I asked you another question, where you said, you have a study leave. Your company is willing to give you a study leave with pay. So maybe that is what you are going to use to pay your interest or something. That's something you have to bring it up. Who is paying your interest? How are you paying your interest? All of these things you have to say it. I have a video on using the loan to get your visa approved. I actually have 2 videos. One is my opinion, and the other one is I said Mola. The other one is Modin's visa interview transcript. He used a loan to come to the US. He came last year, and so I used his transcript to make a video. And you can check the way he answered the question about loan. That is how you answer a question about the loan to sound convincing. And that answer reflects his ties, because he mentions the fact that he's coming back home to take up a particular position. He mentions the fact that his wife, he and his wife wanna set up something, like a research institute. Like, all of these things kind of help with your ties and show that you have plans to return to your home country. So you have to be clear enough about how you are going to pay off the loan, okay? And it's not just the loan. Also, you have to show that you understand the program. You understand what computer science is about. You understand the area of specialization, which is cybersecurity. You know what it entails. You have to have knowledge about all of these things. You cannot get there and then be struggling, okay? And for me, you have to, because on the day of the interview, you don't know what will happen. Maybe your car will maybe as soon as you get to the embassy, it will be time for you to go for the interview. Maybe there will be traffic or something, and there will be some delays. And try to go early, right? But just in case, what my point is that always you have to be prepared for anything. So your answers have to be part of you. They should be in your mind in such a way that even if you just woke up and they ask you, why do you want to study computer science, you should be able to articulate yourself very well. If they ask you, you just woke up and they ask you, how are you going to sponsor your studies, you should be able to express it very well. Okay, so this is what I can tell you, and I wish you the very best. Okay, if you work on these things, I think computer science is a good program. And when you finish your computer science, if you can tell your story very well, the visa officer will know that, okay, with a computer science, you are likely going to get a good job after your program and be able to pay off the interest. So it's all about you being able to express yourself very well. Okay. You have any question for me?
Thank you very much.
No problem.
No, I'm very much okay. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, no
I really
problem.
appreciate your time.
All right, no problem. Yeah. I wish all of you the best, and I'm grateful that you guys decided to let me interview you. I know I've been a bit tough with some of you, but yeah, it's the way it is. The difference between me and the visa officer is that I am able to spot some of these things, these mistakes, and I am able to tell you that, oh, this is not good, this is not good. But the visa officer will not tell you this is not good, this is not good. They will just conclude based on what you tell them, and that's it, right? So make sure you work on these things, and I wish you all the best. Let me try to answer a few questions on YouTube and TikTok. Okay, on YouTube, Molai says he should have explained briefly what your father. Okay, so Molai, I think Molai is referring to Kayode. That Kayode should have explained what his father does for a living. So Molai is saying, Kayode, you have to work on your answers very well. Okay. Christmas says, I'm glad to be here. Christmas, nice to see you. Molai says Edith is okay. So I mean, those of you who don't know Molai, Molai is somebody I mentored last year, and he didn't have any scholarship, right? His father was sponsoring him, but his father was a credible sponsor because his father is a medical doctor. So Molai is here and he's doing data science. So yeah, Asper says, Shai, I love you from Nigeria. Asper, I love you too. Okay, I love you. Nigerians are really amazing. So yeah. Yeah, like I said yesterday, I really have to visit Nigeria very soon. So let me check TikTok and see if there are messages for me to respond to. Hey says, can you please talk about public administration? Hey Jay, I'm not too sure what you mean by I should talk about public administration. I'm not too sure. I am an economic student and I am not too sure what you want me to talk about. Okay. Hey says he loves my energy. Thank you. Promsy says, how can I join the live stream? So it's always the same instruction. Once you join my Telegram page, you get opportunity to be selected to be interviewed. So when I select you, I'll send you my link. I'll send you the link to the live stream, and then give you a few instructions for you to join, and then add you to the live. And that's just how it works. It's very straightforward. And if you want to join the Telegram page, you can find a link in the description of any of my videos on YouTube. Okay. And yeah, make sure those of you on YouTube, make sure you give the live stream a like, because I think all of these things are very helpful. Okay. Doris says if your sponsor is your uncle and don't have any scholarship. Yeah, Doris, if your sponsor is your uncle, it's not straightforward. Sometimes it's actually how convincing you sound with your answers and how you're able to articulate your finances very well. Like in your voice, if you're able to say it very well that your uncle is actually sponsoring you, and also what your uncle does, his company, or the job he does and how much he earns and all of these things. Sometimes you can do all the right things, but so long as you don't have any scholarship, the visa officer might not give you a lot of chances to express yourself. It's really difficult if you don't have a scholarship. And that is why I have made a video about some schools, 20 schools actually, that I recommend to students to look at based on so many factors. Factors such as low GRE, such as the fact that some of the programs don't require the GRE. The fact that I know some people in those schools who are fully funded, like in many programs, the number of people, international students in those schools, the distribution and of these students, and a whole lot of factors. So I've made that video. That video is not out yet, but yeah, if you can check that video out when I make it public. So the goal is to help you apply to the right schools. Okay. And I have a video on the resume, a video on personal statements, how to craft your own, because I always believe that everybody is unique and you have to be unique when it comes to these things. Show that you are different from everybody, because actually you are different, right? So AJ says, my brother is the owner of the company I'm currently working. Please, how do I go about that? Well, if your brother is the owner, I mean, do you share the same surname with your brother? That can actually help if you share, because the visa officer will see it on your DX160, the sponsor's name and your name. If they are the same, then that can actually help. So that is the thing. So some of the questions, they require somebody to take a look at everything together, not just one thing. So that's the thing. So guys, TikTok, thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Now let's see YouTube, if there's something to respond to on YouTube. before I um um Lucy says she has a question. Christmas says please talk more on employer sponsorship. So if you want to know more about employer sponsorship, I actually have two videos. I have three videos actually, but one of no, I have three people that I coached who used employer sponsorship and they were approved, right? One of them I have not made a video yet. There's a lot of videos I have not even made on visa interviews, but yeah. So, but there are two of them which are on my channel. Okay, with employer sponsorship, and you can see the way they crafted their answers, and you can learn from that. Bande says partial scholarship and has been sponsored by and is being sponsored by a company. Is it a good one? I cannot say if it's a good one or not. It's all about you and your story, right? And what you do in the company, why the company wants to sponsor you, all of those things. Aspect says I want to be interviewed. So like I said, the instructions are the same. Type says talk about university. I'm not too sure what you mean. Lucy says I was denied before and my course is different from my undergraduate course because I'm trying to shift my career interest to other field. Do I need to change the course? Well, Lucy, Mulai was active here and Mulai will tell you that he came from a different background, right? Mulai did chemistry, if I remember, and he started working in a field. He started working at a job that had to do with data science, right? And so he developed his interest while he was when he started working as a data scientist, right? And so that is why he was able to switch to another bachelor's degree in data science, and he went for the visa interview and he was approved. So it's all about why you are switching. What are you currently doing? Your current job. Like all of these things together will determine whether you have a good story or not. So guys, I wish you the best and thank you so much for joining. Like you have no idea. I really appreciate all of this, and I'll see you tomorrow.
As you may know already, the goal of this channel is to help international students get the opportunity to study in the US on full scholarships, help them pass their visa interviews, and when they arrive in the US, help them survive and thrive. I have been in the US for the past 8 years and I have seen a lot and I have also heard a lot. In this video, we are going to hear from an incredible person who helps international students to get their green cards using the school route, which is the EB2 NIW. If you don't know what this is about, don't worry, he will explain everything to us. If you already know this is an option for you to get your green card, Rich is going to provide us with all the information that we need. I'm really excited about this video. To help the channel, consider liking the video to let me know that you like content like this. Also, consider subscribing and sharing the video. It means a lot.